All right, so try this again. Good afternoon, traders. I'm going to take this afternoon to get back to give you guys a quick update today on a little bit what I presented to you on Friday and been talking about for the last few weeks, and that was about the sustainability of the 200. But I really want to show you a little bit more about how to better understand moving averages, price, and pivots, and how well and how price really works around those locations. And what you're seeing basically today is a complete breakdown of the market. It's once again, exuberance has a price and reality has set in again. And this is a new market, and all the players are creating so much more volatility and so much excess movement that these are the reactions you're going to get. And I can't say I haven't said this enough over the last 2 weeks discussing the markets with you guys. You know, it gets so taken out of whack and overanalyzed when it's very straightforward. But I'm not here to talk about that. So let's take a quick look at today because I want to discuss how to better understand the pivots and the moving averages in the futures. And I'm using ES because ES is one of the strongest markets widely used around the world. There's a lot of volume, and it's much tighter. You'll get filled. You'll get your stops will get cleaned. Everything's it's fairly strong. I mean, you could trade any futures contract you want. All right, you just got to take into account the movement in each one of them, and you can tell by, and I'll show this in a second, just the difference between these markets, especially whatever came out around 9. But in any case, um, this morning we gapped lower, and I've been talking about gaps for weeks now. You're in a bull trend, at least you were at a bullish trend. Obviously, we're breaking structure today, and they're going to put all that in question. But in any case, you got the open up around 40, and you got the volume spike, and then you got the push to the 200, which is right in here somewhere. You could have got 46s pretty easily, and even a small trader just takes his two or three handles and he's on his way. It ran up. Eventually, it got to 61, which was my daily pivot. I could see theirs is somewhere in the same ballpark. I really thought I don't. I mean, I had a whole different close, so I this whole thing kind of messed me up because I thought there was more to the upside, and there may be. There might have been a gap still left from the settlement from Friday. Nonetheless, this is yet another turn. Okay, now I don't know what came out, but you can see we rolled from this pivot. This is another trade based on the pivots that you should consider. It punches through the price, okay, and it gets a hard turn down. There's your confirmation that the sell's in place. Pick a spot and you take it from there, and then you got the roll down. But I don't know what came out at 9, but this was a really interesting bar. Okay, so this is the difference between the ES and the Dow. The ES, and you could tell by this one, it was seconds, and it rammed all the way down to here. They just pulled the bids, and it goes straight down there. Somebody must have had something in down there because it did bounce. But this is the more important point about the MAs as well. So once we made that erratic low, we came back up, and this right here is the next moving average on the chart, which is right there. Okay, this was holding early, and you can see they tried to hold it. And you got opportunities here as well. And in terms of the playbook, you ideally, you don't know what's in store. Okay, we don't know this is going to be a complete roll down. So you still want to think that the optimism is still possible to the upside, and you got to play any confirmation going up, even if it's a small target. So you could have got 32s, and it would have paid out. These don't play out well for me because I hold on longer because I'm looking for more. But the market is continuing trying to tell you something, okay? And we couldn't get going. And once we rolled back down to last time, that was it. And here it came again. The turn was right here, and here's the big bar. And I want to show you the Dow because this was actually interesting too. And it's gonna show you what's even more interesting is how this plays out in terms of your moving averages in all markets. Uh, all right, bear with me here. I got to make sure I got the right time. 41.17. No, this is the last big breakdown. I think it was. Nope. I gotta keep scrolling. Give me a second, guys. I should have been better prepared for this. I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is the Dow making that same sell off at 9. That came out of left field. Okay. And I don't know what came out once again. I don't know. But look at how hard the Dow broke down. And I'm still not sure I got 9 o'clock on this. Oh, yeah. It's somewhere in the ballpark. You know what? I apologize for my unpreparedness. Um, here it is. Okay. So here was the 9 o'clock. Look at how hard they pulled the bids. This thing went from 34,184 to 34,070. Now, why is this important? All right, let's take a look a little further, okay? I hope I didn't lose that. Look at the Dow right here. And this was early. Oh, that's a Dow. This was early. And this is 34,200. The trend line was right here, 34,060 or something. We held it. Even on that hard pull down, we held it, okay? And we came all the way back, but here's more important. It comes up and it starts challenging, and 34,215 was the MA in the Dow, and they kind of blasted through it, okay? They gave you that last upturn, and then they failed again, and they can never get back above 34,215, which was their MA. This is a outlier day. This thing is breaking apart, and once again, you know, you got week longs that probably ran them up here, and now all they're thinking that they're trying to sell you a bull market. And I'm not saying that we're not going back up. We are going to go back up. This market is always stronger. Our economy is always stronger, and well, we just have to get through the weeds. And the weeds right now is a recession, and there's probably a few other things out there that we need to clear. The market probably hasn't factored that in just yet. So, you're going to get these shakeouts, and now we're coming yet again to another pivotal point in the market early. It's December. So this is going to get really interesting. In fact, we're wiping out a good portion of of the of that rally. In fact, I got to take a look at the low because realistically, right now, this thing I've gathered we could come down to here, and then that'll be the last hold, and that's around 39.85. At this point, and in terms of the pivots, okay, just so you understand, you take a shot at S1, and you take a shot at S3. This is actually probably that is S2. I have to recalculate S3. Wasn't expecting this kind of a sell-off. And this down here, these orange lines are your pivots. And this gave you one last scalp. When they're down to here, you got to be cautious. You can't play a runaway trade and any type of rebound. I think the cat's out of the bag, and they're just trying to put a pouncing on it. The question is how much damage will this take? And there's still another hour and a half, 2 hours left of trading. So I'm sorry for the long video. I really wanted to show you and help you better understand how to play these levels. And the key was yet again the failure to 200, which was up here around 46 or 47, give or take. So, that was a sign that something wasn't right, and we couldn't get back up there. And then we failed the MA, and then everybody just lost it. Let's see where the Dow's at. Dow got a little bounce off of 33,924, and let's take a look where 33,924 is. It's a little shy of what I expected. It's still early in the campaign, but look at you can see the damage. We've broken all these little trend lines across the board. This is the spiders. So there's your brief, and not brief. Actually, it was kind of long, but this is a better idea of understanding the price and how to play at these levels, despite the direction of the market. The proof is in the price movement. You'll see it. It'll indicate where it's going. It'll give you a heads up. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Be good, traders.